morning and happy Tuesday. It is the 1st of March. So a big happy March to you all. I'm feeling really optimistic about this month being a really good one, and yeah, I'm going to try my very best throughout March. I've just made myself a glass of water and a green tea as usual. I think I might try some new green teas actually. Although I do really love the Puka Super Matcha Green. It's just yummy. The time is currently 5 to 9. I have been up for the last like hour and a half, but I've just been sort of laid in bed doing some emails and replying to everybody's lovely comments on yesterday's video. You're all just so lovely. I'm so supportive. Like, honestly, I don't know what I've done to deserve all you lot, but I'm a very happy panda. Yeah, so I've just been doing that. And my plan for today is I have like some houseworky stuff to do. I have some work stuff to do. I do want to go for a nice swim later on. I was thinking about getting up earlier and going to the gym. However, my period is extremely heavy, and I think when it is a heavier period, sorry this is TMI to anybody, but I think I'm just naturally have lower energy. I don't know whether that's because I'm losing a lot of iron or what the reason is, but yeah, I could have got up and gone, but I kind of really wanted to go swimming later as well, so that's why I didn't go. Not that it matters because I'm on no schedule, but I think just because I'm internally saying to myself that I'm trying my best, I want to work out as much as possible, which is fine. So yeah, yesterday, day one, massive success, went really well. I felt like the difficult times are always in the evenings for me. I think throughout the day, more often than not, it's not so bad because I'm just like busy, keeping myself busy. And then when it gets to the evenings and I'm sort of like maybe start watching the telly or something, that's when sort of like desire to eat creeps in. So I feel like if that happens this week, I'm going to do something different. I'm gonna maybe go have a swim or go have a walk, or maybe start reading a book or something to try and break that cycle. But so far my sort of like motivation is strong enough that I don't want to, that I just, it's not there yet. So but I do feel like at some point I'll start maybe craving food when I'm not hungry again, or stuff like that. But yeah, so far yesterday was really well. I really enjoyed everything I had to eat. Didn't feel like I was like missing out on anything, which is really good. Today's going to be a sort of like a similar situation. I think I might have veg again tonight. I just enjoyed it so much last night. I might have it with some chicken today instead. But yeah, pretty much similar kind of thing with my protein shakes. And I think I'm gonna have like maybe prepare some like vegetables to snack on throughout the day. I might have some tuna. Do you know what's really interesting? I felt like when I was doing my weigh-in video and sort of like explaining what my new plan was gonna be, I felt like it sounded like I was like restricting myself so much. And I know I got a couple of comments about how it is quite restrictive, and you know that can potentially lead to binging and whatnot. But when I sort of like implement this kind of plan, I've done it a couple of times before, not quite as extreme as how I'm doing it now, but I have done something similar, and I'm like a massive foodie. I really love food. I really love eating. That's probably why I'm in the situation that I'm in. And I always find when I do what I'm doing now, that I eat more. I eat I eat a higher volume of food. So like sometimes at some points yesterday when I was like I was having my salmon and my olives and my sun-dried tomatoes and stuff and my protein shake, and I was like, it kind of feels a little bit naughty, because when I was doing my calorie counting and my macros, I obviously did have a carbohydrate goal and stuff, but I wasn't really sticking to it. It wasn't like my focus or anything like that. And I found myself eating, I'm trying to explain this in the best possible way and I feel like I'm failing massively. But what I'm trying to say is that the high sort of like refined sugar, refined carbs, all that kind of like food group that I'm trying my best to avoid is really high in calories that are they don't have much sort of like weight to them in terms of giving you energy and keeping you full. So I'd find myself not able to eat as much with my calorie goal, not being as satisfied because the type of food I was eating wasn't keeping me full, and not being able to eat as much as I'd like to. But it's really interesting, because as soon as you like switch over to sort of having more lean proteins, vegetables, and sort of like just putting things like bread and stuff on the back burner, you can have a much higher volume of food. For instance, if I was gonna, say now if I fancied like a tuna sandwich or something like that, I'd probably make like a tuna salad bowl and like bulk it out with like a load of salad leaves, loads of lovely fresh salad vegetables, you know, full can of tuna, maybe a little bit of olive oil, some salt, and it volume wise it'd be so much bigger and so much more filling than, you know, a crappy tuna sandwich from the co-op. So it totally makes so much sense. I think it's just kind of like what I'm trying to do is teach my head, teach my brain and my thought process that I'm not limiting myself. I'm actually opening the door to so many more possibilities, and I'm actually giving myself the option to have more food. Because last night I had, what was it? I had like 130 calories left over, and I was totally satisfied, like totally satisfied. And like I'd had loads of food as well. I had loads of food throughout the day and still had calories left over. So like I think on a more psychological level, as well as sort of like a health level, I think it's going to really work for that as well. I just want to reiterate that I don't personally think that you need to cut out foods to lose weight. I think a balanced approach with including all the food groups is totally healthy and it's totally attainable. I'm not for 1 second suggesting that everybody should stop eating bread and stop eating sugar and things like that. I know people who've had an extremely successful weight loss journey on a high carb, high fat diet, and they've had incredible success. And everybody's body is just totally catered to that individual. For me, the reasons I'm trying to stop eating refined carbohydrates and refined sugar is because of my personal like health, how it affects I've got a disease and I need to eat in a way that looks after that disease, basically. As if, you know, somebody who is diabetic can't just go around shoving a load of cake in their mouths. They have to be, you know, they have to measure their glucose levels and inject accordingly to that. Obviously it's not as extreme. I'm not saying for a second like having lipedema is like having diabetes, but I do think like it's not like recommended in from doctors or professionals or anything like that to revise your diet, but that's just my personal belief. I think that it's like so important to somebody with lipedema to address their food, not necessarily to you can't control it happening. So I'm not saying it's somebody's fault if they have a bad diet, but what I'm saying is to manage it and to help with the pain and to help progress it, help stop it progressing. That's the best thing you can do. So yeah, I just don't want people to think that I am suggesting everybody should stop eating chips or stop eating jacket potatoes or stop eating sandwiches. I'm not suggesting that at all. I think obviously wholemeal varieties of them options, and try and limit bleached flour and anything refined you should try and limit. But yeah, I'm not for a second saying that it's bad to do that. So I just don't want to make people feel shit about themselves is what I'm trying to do. But yeah, day one went really well. Let's see what day 2 has in store.
Take it back to the sun went down on the northwest side of town. It was a light sky fire, all the shadows falling light, and I see you moving through the atmosphere. I say hello, you say hello. He say hello, she say hello. Where this will go, nobody knows. So we say hello, talk it up by the southeast shore. Everything you want and more. It's a light in your eyes, feel the moment coming forth. I can tell you're cruising in the stratosphere. I say hello, you say hello. He say hello, she say hello. Where it will go, nobody knows. So we say hello.
It is now 1:45 and I am very hungry, so I have made myself somewhat of like a savoury picky plate. I have got 75 grams of caramelised onion hummus, I've got 70 grams of raw carrot, I have 50 grams of pickle, and I have 20 grams of sun-dried tomatoes, and this comes in at a total of 237 calories. If I am still hungry after this, I might make myself a protein shake, or I might have some tuna between now and dinner. Haven't quite decided. I've made like a rough meal plan of what I'm having this week. I've written down like meal ideas and snack ideas and things like that. I've got quite a lot of salad stuff, so I think I might make a salad. I think I'm kind of fancying like a chicken and maybe just like a chicken salad or something, I don't know. But I might have to pop to the shop to get something. But for now, I'm gonna go and eat my late lunch because I'm starving.
Take it back to the sun went down on the northwest side of town. It was a light sky fire, all the shadows falling light, and I see you moving through the atmosphere. I say hello, you say hello. He say hello, she say hello. Where this
Lidl. I went to pick up some chicken because I needed some chicken breast for tonight's tea, so I just quickly popped down to our local little village Lidl. I'm having a chicken salad for my dinner. I've decided that's what I want, and I asked Jim if he wanted the same. However, he didn't. Jim wants chips, so Jim's having crinkle cut chips, chicken, beans, and he also wanted some bread. So there we go. But I am obviously going to be having my chicken salad. So it's the first time that I'm having a meal slightly different to what Jim's having. Obviously, all of them kind of items are on the list of food that I am trying to avoid. But do you know what? I'm really not that bothered right now. I don't want that. I don't want chips. Like right at this moment in time, I'm really not fussed for bread or chips or anything like that. So that's good. Can't say that I'm gonna have that sort of willpower continuously. I mean, I'd love to think that I could, but we'll see. I think as time goes on, it will probably come a little bit harder when other people around me at home are eating something different. But I've kind of just adapted this mindset that it doesn't matter what anybody else is doing. It doesn't matter what Jim's doing. It doesn't really matter what the kids are eating. It doesn't matter what anybody else is doing. It matters what I'm doing. And it's not like I'm not having a meal that I don't enjoy. It's not like I'm not going to eat anything. I'm going to have a really delicious massive bowl of salad with a really lovely baked chicken breast and possibly some bacon. Delicious, absolutely delicious. There's nothing wrong with that whatsoever. And I mean, if I was to have chips, my legs would feel horrendous tomorrow. I'd feel really sluggish and groggy. I wouldn't be able to have, I'd probably be able to have like 4 for my like carbohydrate macro goal. I think what's most important though is I don't want to, it's not like I really want to eat like refined carbs or refined foods or anything like that. I actually don't. It would probably be nice to have some sourdough with avocado on occasions, but I'm just giving myself like this time to be really strict and to show myself how strong I am, to give myself a really good opportunity and a good like chance, because I feel like I've just been constantly getting in my way. And it's like I sort of mentioned on my weighing video about how I've been like sort of giving myself an inch and I've been taking a mile. So obviously before I just had sort of like my calorie goal and my macro goals, and I could eat whatever I wanted with inside them calorie goals. But I don't actually, for myself, and I'm not sure that's like the healthiest approach, because I'd be looking at things and just seeing it as a calorie value rather than a nutritional value. So for instance, you could have like a chocolate biscuit bar for like 101 calories, and an apple, a large apple, is like the same if not more. And obviously the apple's a lot healthier. So I just think I was starting to get to a place where I was devaluing food for its like nutrients, and starting to just see food as numbers. And I think that is quite dangerous for me, because I do have a history of eating disorders and disordered eating. So there's a whole reason, there's so many reasons as to why having a stricter approach works better for me. If I said to myself, yeah, you can have whatever you want within these calories, then I'd have it just doesn't really work. So I always ramble on. I never really get to the point of what I wanted to say. What I'm wanting to say is that, and I'm sure there's many people out there who are watching my videos who have the same situation of where maybe they are a parent and their children eat something different, or they have a partner and the partner eats something different, and it can be very encouraging sometimes when somebody else within your own sort of like home environment is eating something different. But we just have to really dig somewhere deeper inside us and say, you're doing this for you, you can control it. Like for instance, I don't resent Jim for wanting to have chips and bread tonight. I don't resent him at all, because it's his life. If he wants to eat that, that's totally his prerogative to do so. And you know, I'd like him to eat healthier, and it would make it easier for me, but at the same time, it's not really my place to tell him what he should and shouldn't be eating. I think if you're gonna do it, you have to do it for yourself. You can't really do it for anybody telling you to do it. Well, for me anyway, I'm definitely quite like a stubborn person in that way. I have to implement changes and make changes for myself. Like, that's why I haven't really worked with any like personal trainers or nutritional coaches or anything like that. It's because it's like a historic eating disorder that I am also changing. It's not just that, like, I'm trying to lose weight, and I am more than sure many people either who have watching my videos, or who have never even watched my videos could have had, you know, the key answer and said, if you do this, and do this, you're gonna lose weight. But I already know that. I already know how to lose weight. I'm quite knowledgeable on what I need to do. It's the actual doing it bit. And I just think it's all well and good for somebody to tell you how to eat, but all these environmental factors, all of your like conditionings and all of your lifestyle, it holds a massive part in that. And whether it's, you know, that you're in work every single day in the office and the boss is buying donuts for everybody and leaves them in the canteen every day, and you're trying to avoid that, whether you've got a friend who wants to sabotage your progress, so at every opportunity they want to go and eat bad and they want to drink or whatever, or whether, you know, whatever it is, there's opportunities to trip up all around us. And I've got like the #1 world record medal on tripping myself up, so that's the main thing that I'm trying to combat with this sort of stricter approach. If I can't have it at all, I can't have it. And that works much better for me than having it in moderation. And I know it sounds ridiculous, like it sounds absolutely ridiculous, because surely, you know, having it in moderation is a much better solution than not having it at all. But for me, not having it at all is what's gonna work. I know it, I know it, I know it. So yeah, so now I am feeling quite hungry still. What time is it? What are we on? It is now 3:15. I'm probably going to be having dinner around 5. I actually don't think I'm going to go swimming. I was fully intending on going, but I did, when I went to the gym yesterday, I did quite a hardcore session on my legs. I don't know why. I don't normally do this, but at the end of my workout I went really hard working out my legs with the weights and stuff. So they're actually really sore. It's progressively got worse throughout the day. So I think I'm just gonna let them rest, because I'm going skating tomorrow, and it's hard enough work as it is without having achy muscles. So I'm going to give them a bit of a rest. I might do some hooping later, or some yoga or something. But for now, I'm going to make myself a strawberry. I've actually mixed this. This is strawberry and banana mixed together. It's really yummy. So I'm gonna have a protein shake and probably just sit somewhere in the house in a sunspot and get some work done. I've just finished dinner and it was absolutely delicious. Really, really enjoyed it. I am nice and full now. But at some point throughout this evening, I am going to have 2 squares of this dark chocolate. It's the Lidl? Is it Lidl? Or is it Aldi? I can't remember. One of the 2 brands. And I've heard really good things about their chocolate. So I'm going to have a couple of squares of that, and I'm going to have a tangerine later as well, and that is going to be my dessert. But that's all I'm going to eat later on. So I thought I would just chat a little bit about how I've done today, how I felt today on day 2. I've definitely been more hungrier than I was yesterday. But after I've eaten sort of all my meals and all my snacks, I've been absolutely fine. I haven't felt like I've been deprived or like in any way I'm not enjoying it. It's going really, really well so far. I do know it's only day 2, but we'll see how it goes. But I do have a lot of really good feeling about what I'm doing now. So yeah. I don't think there's anything really else to say about it. I don't really have any cravings for anything other than what I'm eating, which is really good. And yeah, feeling full, feeling fab. Hopefully I will continue to feel like this, but I will just round up with an overview of my food for the day. I am pretty sure I have filmed everything, but just so you can see, for breakfast I had a strawberry Protein World Slender Blend protein shake. For lunch I had the bit of like a picky plate. For my dinner I had a chicken and bacon salad, which was 455 calories. My snacks, I've had another protein shake. There's my chocolate, which I'll be having later. There's my clementine. Oh, I'm also going to have some raspberries. And that is it. That's it. I'll just very quickly show you the overview of my macros. Looking pretty good. Looking pretty good. So yeah, that's it for today's video. That's it for day 2. So far, so good. If you are enjoying my journey and you're enjoying this video, or you have enjoyed this video, please don't forget to give it a thumbs up to let me know. If you haven't done so already, hit subscribe and I'll throw some happy vibes your way. And until next time's video, stay happy, healthy and well. I love you all. Bye bye.